Studios.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Fandom. Well, it's Fandom Empire Now. Holy fuck! It's it's been a day, fellas. It's been a weird day. I would love to sit here and be like, yeah, we had a Halloween Kills update planned for you guys today. No, we basically emptied our load outside of the Patreon supporters last night. And then I got talking with one of our sources, who, as we mentioned last night, will be in Venice. That's Italy, by the way, not the street 5 blocks from me. To see Halloween Kills, where it's having its world premiere. And we're going to dive into that because there's some extremely confusing, thought-provoking information coming out of there that I'm sure some people are going to be jumping for joy. And then some of us are just kind of like, what the fuck are you thinking? But before we do, joining us, he might have a piece of news he wants to share with you too. I'll leave that up to him. He hasn't been here in a little bit. It's our boy, Mikey Bish. What's happening, dude? Oh, I got him muted. 1 second. There you go. You're good.
Good. Good, man. Good to be back. Honestly, a real shitty day personally, but this is what Fandom Empire is. This is where people come to get away from stuff like that. So I'm glad to be back. Glad to be on here. I did receive some news the past couple of days that I don't mind sharing with people. I got hired for a content writer position for glider.com. I'm very excited about that. Very stoked. So I appreciate, Tommy reached out. I know you reached out to Sean. Appreciate all the congratulations, everybody that reached out. But yeah, man, that's kind of what's been going on with me lately.
Appreciate the update. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know Collider might not be where it was like way back in 2016, but it's still a huge deal. Still a big company that puts out great news, whether it's, I believe, Stephen Weintribe's still there and Perry Nemiroff. I think Jeff Snyder is, but I'm not sure. So that's a pretty big deal, dude. I'm so thrilled for you. and can't wait to see what you bring to them.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And also joining us, Tommy B. No,
Me.
Also
me.
joining
Tommy
us
B.
at least off the top of the show, because I feel like we might get a little bit of a Tommy B freak out, which is long overdue because it's been a little while. I know you're going to get a Sean freak out, and you might even get a Mikey Bish freak out. So it's going to be an interesting beginning of the show, at least for the first 15, 20 minutes. Welcome, Tommy B. How's it going, man?
It's going all right. It's been a halfway decent day. Got to chill a little bit. Just enjoying the last few breaths of fresh air. And now it is the Tommy B and Mike show. Woohoo.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up, man?
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling this is going to be one of them shows, you know what I'm saying, where we're just going to all get a little bit fiery, a little bit pissed off, and say what's got to be said because the powers that be just are misusing that power.
I feel like I haven't been on a show where Tommy B has gone off, so I'm here for it. I'm ready for it.
Oh, I'm sure you have. Everyone gets one.
What's up, Sean? Welcome back.
Maybe not.
Sorry, no, I'm here. I'm just reading something in the chat. By the way, if you want to flood the chat with whatever the hell you want, within reason, obviously, we'll get to as many questions as we can today throughout the show. We actually have a topic today that's not Halloween Kills, and we'll get to it. And Mike and I are literally just going to name a movie sequel we both like, or one of us likes, and then we're going to talk about that one, and then he'll name one, and we'll talk about that one, and we'll go on for a bit. Frank says we're always pissed off. It feels that way. So yeah, that's the back half of the show, if you will, or the back 2/3 of the show. If you want to support the channel, send in a super chat. Goes a long way to what we do here. It allows us to keep putting out the amount of programming that we do, and it allows us to keep everybody involved and keep doing what we do. All right. So, as I said off the top, Halloween Kills world premiere is in Venice, Italy, which is different from the 2018 premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival, which was obviously in Toronto. And so I know two people that are going to this thing, and they're two of the people that we use as sources on this channel that have been able to bring to you guys the incredibly accurate information we have over the last 18 months. And then I find out this. Okay, so strap yourselves in. For some people, if you don't care about, we're not talking anything spoiler today. Just so you're clear, you're in the free. We're not going to tell you about how, Brackett throws Lori over a table and then Lindsay joins in and it's just this friggin' wild three-way that is in Annie's honor or what. No, nothing like that.
Oh, you stole right out of my
movie.
mouth. I said, don't forget about the orgy.
That's Halloween Kills XXX. No, we're going to talk about something that has to do with the world premiere. Except it's not just the world premiere. So when they announced that Halloween Kills would debut over in Venice, Italy, they announced it as the world premiere and that Jamie Lee Curtis was going to receive some award. I don't know if it's a Lifetime Achievement Award or what it is. And most people thought that would just be it. Like a one-off, just like it was in Toronto. A lot of people get it confused. Some people think that Halloween 2018 was a part of the TIFF lineup, and it wasn't. It was a one-night special event at Toronto, or at the Toronto International Film Festival for Midnight Madness. And people sort of assume the same with this. I always thought there was a possibility of multiple screenings for press just because of the pandemic and having to socially distance and all that. So today, this is not just a rumor. This is happening. This is, unless some sort of events in the world change the planned festival over in Italy, this is happening. You can bank on this. Tommy has seen the images. Our boy Frank Riker's seen the images. I think Dean and other people that are in the Fandom Addicts Patreon chat have seen the images. I don't know if I sent it to Mike or not. I can't remember. But it's not just going to be the Halloween Kills premiere over in Venice, Italy. It's going to be Halloween Kills, the world premiere, Jamie Lee Curtis's award show, or award presentation, pardon me. And then they're going to show the film 12 more fucking times. So you have the world premiere and then 12 additional showings of Halloween Kills. It gets better, though. It gets better. 5 of those 12 additional showings are to the public. That's right. Not just press holders, press badge holders, whatever you want to call it. Mike, you should see if you can go, man. You're with Collider now. Send the new guy.
Yeah, I can tell you, I'm on the bottom of the bottom for that. They would send me to do some weak shit probably, and something I'd have to pay for probably too. So I'm good.
Dean Renner says 13 screenings for Kills in Venice. Yeah, 13 screenings, and 5 of them are to the fucking public. Now, public that still has to pay to get into the event, of course, but the public. And I know what people are thinking. They're going to be like, well, it's Venice, and security is going to be so high. And, well, not only did Joker debut in 2019 by Todd Phillips starring Joaquin Phoenix over in Venice, that shit leaked too from that same festival on less screenings and less public screenings. So the idea that, security is going to be so tight and nothing's going to get out and you might have to hand your phone in, which you probably do, but that doesn't stop you from bringing 2 and hiding the other one. I guarantee you clips from this movie are going to be fucking everywhere. Joker, I can tell you right now, had a 25-minute clip from that movie. I did not watch it because I was going to see it opening night. Had a 25-minute clip from its premiere leak, and then a bunch of smaller clips. And like, maybe some people want to watch it on shaky cam and, what are we doing here? And I don't. That's not how I want to see it. And Tommy brought up a good point before we went live. It's like, well, then just don't click on it. But the way social media works today is you can be scrolling there in your Halloween fans Facebook group, and these things will play on their own. And all of a sudden you could see, person X is dead. What the fuck? I still have to wait 5 weeks for this movie. I have no idea what the fuck they're thinking. Frank, I'm going to throw this one out to you because we got to get the sequels. I don't know what you're doing, Frank. But if you would like to come on here and give your 2 cents, we would love to have you because you were making so many good points earlier. I will hook you up with the StreamYards link. I'm looking at a picture of my little guy, and my fiance just popped up. Cute stuff. I'm going to send Frank a link to join us if he would like to. I have no idea if he'll end up doing it or not. Frank's always welcome here. But I'm just completely stunned that first you have a fucking script leak that's legitimate. Multiple versions of it out there. You had test screenings forever in front of the movie. Like even its original release date last year. And like Halloween fans were showing up. That's not how test screenings are supposed to work. And then you had the trailer leak and you had images leak. And Universal just doesn't stop with this shit, guys. Like this is completely fucked. Frank says he'll try. He's working though. You would figure with the whole trailer leak thing and the script leak and the leak of the flashback and all the other fucking leaks they've had that they would learn their lesson. Well, clearly they haven't. So before I hand this off to Mike, my advice to everybody out there is if you don't, and this is going to hurt us a little bit, if you don't want this movie spoiled for you, once September 10th gets here and September 11th, they're the 2 days after the movie shows, maybe just stay the hell offline. avoid social media or block out Halloween kills and Halloween words in your searches so it doesn't pop up, because it's going to be everywhere and people are going to be talking spoilers. And I'm just at a disbelief that the studio could be this ignorant. I realize that good word of mouth from a festival like this helps sell the movie, but you already have so much damage control with the leaks. Mike, what's your thought on this? Because you seemed pretty stunned when I told you.
Honestly, I thought you were just throwing out the number 12 just to be a smartass. I was shocked that you were not being a smartass, and that it is actually 12, 13, honestly, in total, however many. It's 13, right? Including 13. The world premiere. Yeah.
13, so 5 is the public.
Which is absolutely insane. And, you know, you made all great points. I mean, we got the 25-minute clip for Joker. Obviously, something's going to come out with this Halloween Kills. I mean, the way the trailer leaked, the way the soundtrack leaked already, it's going to happen. So I just think that they've dropped the ball. Universal, Blumhouse, whoever you want to blame, has dropped the ball with Halloween Kills in total. I'm somebody who likes to be surprised. I have the script, and I'm not, you know, I've been afraid to open it because I've had moments where I want to so bad because I want to know, I want to read. I'm a big fan, but I just haven't been able to bring myself to read it or open it. It's just been sitting in my email box because I don't want to see anything as much as I want it to be here and knows what happens. So I don't want any spoilers. It's just we're getting to the point where it's going to be hard to ignore them. I mean, I didn't want to see anything as far as the trailer. I didn't go out of my way to see that. How I saw leaks for the trailer was before it came out was on Twitter, just scrolling through the timeline. So like Sean said, you don't have to be out there searching for it on your own. The chances of you coming across a leak in general, especially if you follow or on any type of Halloween pages. And I don't, to be honest with you, I don't follow a lot of Halloween pages or a part of any Halloween groups as far as a lot of them for that reason. And yet I still saw bits and pieces of the trailer just because I was scrolling through social media. So I just think it's just been a shit show all around, and I'm honestly just highly disappointed.
Yeah, you know, the other thing that comes to mind here is you can, like, just from the script, I think it's an excellent movie. I think it's going to be one of the better Halloween movies in the franchise. It's when David Gordon Green says it's the Empire Strikes Back of this trilogy, he's not saying the movie is going to be as high quality and well received as the Empire Strikes Back. He's saying it's the big fish in this trilogy. Why the fuck is this film actually a part of the full festival? It's a horror movie. Not to say that it can't, but these things usually don't happen this way.
No.
And I don't get it. Cool for them, I guess. Maybe Universal thinks this benefits them. Maybe the everyday moviegoer will get no word of wind of this, and it's not a big deal, right? And it probably isn't. But again, the people that are diehards and that are a part of these groups and a part of social media, you're going to get spoiled. You're going to see something. There's going to be nothing to prevent that. Nothing. Tommy B. Just when you thought the leaks couldn't get any worse. It's almost like whoever runs Universal was just like, hold my beer.
You're already wrong. I've been saying that I'm pretty sure these fucking leaks are going to get worse. I've been saying that they might as well just post the whole fucking film because I'm pretty sure there's a good chance it's going to fucking happen at some point or another before the film actually releases to the general public. Now, I'm really starting to gravitate towards that even more. Look, yes, do these film festivals have high security protocols? Are they up your ass? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know. Are there ways people can get around those? Someone said in a chat earlier, bring in them fancy schmancy, expensive as all hell, Jeffrey Bezos glasses, be recording all kinds of clips and whatnot. I totally think that's a strong possibility. I also think that there's a good, strong possibility that there are going to be cell phones getting their way into a theater
100%.
unless they start doing anal cavity searches.
And they might even say something like, you have to leave your cell phone with us. If you don't have a cell phone, you're not getting in. Like, you have to. Well, who's to say he doesn't have another one? You're telling me someone can't shove a cell phone down their pants?
Yeah.
Come on.
Anal cavity searches.
By the way, you don't need a shocking here. You don't need a cell phone in order to record it. There are other types of cameras that are much easier to sneak in. Just saying. And, okay, I thought something else. I mean, this is big, though, Anthony. Do you want to see, that orgy on the table with Brackett and Lori and just whoever? Do you want that spoiled for you? Obviously, I'm kidding, but...
Are you, though? Are you?
Well, I mean...
Are you?
On October 15th. And I know there are some people that come on this channel that, watch us for some shits and giggles and don't think we know anything, even though, I mean, we have a track record to prove it. I'm going to just, dispel that notion here in a second. Continue your thought, though, Tommy. Like, how surprised were you that they got this dumb over it? And in my opinion, it's stupidity.
So I'm not going to lie. I originally said that I thought there was going to be some kind of leakage happen because of this event. But I didn't anticipate them to just go this low. Like, they have to be trying to be stupid. Multiverse of Geek Madness. Just have the...
Oh, sorry. Apologies. Go ahead.
I guess I'll just go fuck myself. Gosh. Just have the premiere, then the release date. Stop with all the useless screenings. Well, that would probably make sense a little bit too much now, wouldn't it?
Right. Yeah. So I love this franchise, but
I understand the desire to maybe split up the private screening. Divvy it up to maybe 2 or 3. I don't know. I'm not planning the event. I don't know how many people normally go to these things. How many people the room is
private screening the other day of the movie. A lot of people don't know that, but there was.
Yeah, I did hear about that earlier. I forget where, but yeah, there was a chat. So yeah, this is going to be the world premiere, but I don't know, and yeah, there is a point to be made with things are going to end up on social media. It is a little bit of dumb luck if you end up scrolling onto a certain scene that shows a certain prominent thing, whichever that may be. Better luck would just be scroll past anything that says Halloween or maybe sleep your Halloween pages. But we shouldn't have to fucking do that. That's just shit, It keeps getting worse. What was the first leak? The script? And then it moved on.
No, the first leak technically was the footage being shot of the flashback.
Yep.
Everybody's like, wait, what the fuck?
And then eventually the script, then the other script, then this, then that, the soundtrack. We got people selling the soundtrack.
I forgot that.
Can't forget about the soundtrack. You got people fucking illegally profiting off of that shit.
And I know there's going to be people that go out there and make videos and say that we're overplaying this, but you know what? No fucking.
Fuck off! I don't care if we're overplaying it. We're going to milk it. We're going to bitch and complain. That's what we're good for.
Leaks are one thing. This is just embarrassing.
Stupidity, idiocy,
and if
all the other E's.
By the way, I don't know if Frank's going to join us or not. If Frank does join us, then I'll let him say his bit that he said to me earlier. He had a bunch of good reasons and good examples of some of the stuff that might leak without completely spoiling scenes. We had somebody in here about the cesspool is in here. What's the Halloween Kills news? The Halloween Kills news is that it's not just the world premiere over in Venice, Italy. Hopefully there's still time to change this. If I were them, I would, but I doubt it. They're going to have 13 in total screenings of this movie. Your world premiere screening, the award for Jamie Lee Curtis, and then you have various other press screenings and 5 public screenings. Those public screenings doesn't mean anybody can walk it off the street. You still have to purchase a ticket to the event in order to see it. But still, I can say it. He said, so everybody knows that there's a big mob thing in Halloween Kills. They literally, the production title was Mob Rules. Mob Rules. And Frank put out the example that, Don't be surprised if you see a bunch of fucking clips of that out there. I'm telling you, don't spoil the mob stuff for yourself. Don't spoil the flashback stuff for yourself. See that in high quality in, I was going to say IMAX theater, but they squashed that too, in a movie theater, you know? See it in high quality. I mean, if you want to watch the handy cam and, you know, do all that shit, then great. Cool. But don't force it on others who don't want to see that shit. Halloween fans, the group. But anyways, if you think we're full of shit, we're not. There's your screenings for Halloween Kills over in Venice, Italy. Your public screenings on the top half and your pass holder, meaning press screenings, on the bottom half. I'm honestly at a complete disbelief of the need for all this. And you'll notice some of those times cross over, and they do, which means there are multiple screenings at once. It also means the security will be thinner. I'm completely stunned.
So there's just one more thing to be said then.
I guess we should all just go fuck ourselves.
Well, yeah, there's that. But like, who do I gotta pay to get a stream of this? Because they want to get the movie out, they might as well just put it online right now, so I can just stream it. Who do I gotta pay?
Right.
I'll watch it early.
So Tommy knows this. Again, I'm not speaking out of my ass. Tommy knows this. Dean knows this, and the people at the Fandom Addicts chat know this. They seen the messages. I was invited by someone who had an extra pass to go to Venice, Italy. The problem was that invite did not contain airfare, hotel fare, expenses, and all that good stuff. Not to mention getting a passport in that short of time wouldn't have been easy. And I wish I was just, sitting out here being like, yeah, I'm just throwing this out there to sound cool. No.
Don't forget, traveling is still a real pain in the butt.
Yep, that's true.
I can't go. I'm not too upset because we have our own event planned up here, just outside of Toronto. Obviously 5 weeks after the fact. But it's disappointing to see that this has happened. And who knows? Who knows what's going to spill out from this? Do I think the whole movie will leak? No, but between all the clips that'll come out, big ones, small ones, huge ones, thin ones.
If you see everything, the trailer, the leaks, there's a good chance what's going to happen.
Oh, for sure. I've said that. So. I've said just from the trailer alone, you are going to be sitting there in that movie theater going,
yeah,
oh, I know what's coming next because the trailer showed this.
Exactly.
And you will, people tried to downplay it, but you'll know. I don't get it. I don't get the need for it. And yeah, what's the chat think? How do you guys over there in the chat feel about Halloween Kills going to be shown 13 times over in Venice, Italy? And some of them are public screenings. Leaks are going to happen. I know some people will take the other, train of thought where, well, maybe there will be no leaks. Maybe the security will be so good. It is one thing having tight enough security to avoid leaks from one screening. It's almost impossible to do it for 13 screenings, and some of them taking place during the same time. I can tell you nothing got out of TIFF, image-wise or video-wise, other than the credits. And that's because the lights came up and they didn't give a shit. It was the credits. I can't believe this. Mike, final thoughts, dude, on Halloween Kills doing this over in Venice and Universal's part in it, and just what your advice would be to people who don't want to see or hear about spoilers.
It just makes no sense. And when when I sit back and I think about it and those words come out of my mouth, I'm also not shocked because the process of everything that has played out has made no sense. The promotion and everything. So not shocked. to be honest with you, just because, like I said, the way things have played out over time with the trailer and everything else, the soundtrack, all that everything getting leaked. I'm just not shocked, man, and it sucks. And my advice to everybody is just you're gonna have to stay off social media. I mean, there's no way that you can avoid it. I guess if you're on Twitter, you could mute the word Halloween and you can mute Halloween kills, so none of those tweets pop up. And if you're on any type of Halloween group in any of them, Reddit, Facebook, you don't get on that. You said what?
Mute them. Definitely mute the group.
Yeah, exactly. That's the easiest thing to do. And I know it's hard to do. When I knew the trailer leaked, it was hard to stay off of Twitter. But that was my fault. So that's the only way you're going to be able to really avoid this, is just staying off social media, period. So all this sucks, but like I said, I'm not surprised.
It's just a side thing. I was just wondering, because Frank had wrote in the chat, Italian is easy to learn. How these pre-debut or the world premieres there, but whatever. How these screenings typically work? Are they they all in English, or
90% in English with Italian subtitles?
Okay.
So it's not like you're gonna, it's not gonna be Halloween kills in Italian,
Yeah.
Although that'd be kind of funny. Have
the movie leaks, so we can't understand it.
Have Terrence come on here and like try to make out what they're actually saying with the subtitles. That'd be hilarious.
Frank will be in here watching for sure if that happens.
What do we have here? Let's see what the chat has to say about this stuff. Sorry, on another note though, I just think at the end of the day, people are going to be tempted to watch. I don't care what side of the fence you fall on. It's completely your prerogative. I'm not going to get into is the pandemic real or not situation with people. You can believe whatever the fuck you want to believe. But like it or not, whatever is happening, businesses, and specifically the movie theater industry and the movie industry altogether, has been affected by this. So do you know how many people, if they have a chance to bootleg this fucking thing, are going to do it instead of going to a movie theater? Quite a few. Again, I don't think the whole movie will leak, but I can see 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 5 minutes here. Joker had 25 minutes. There'll be enough leaks from small clips and images that it will not be, there won't be just nothing. Stuff is coming, and it's unfortunate. But, it kind of follows suit. One of our sources said to me today, it's crazy to think how far we've come and what a journey it's been. And when you think about it, this sort of matches the rest of the journey to this movie for the last year and a half. And there's other people that will also say, well, you've read the script, so why do you care? And again, it's not about me. It's never been about me. I won't watch. It's that simple. There's no clip that's going to surprise me. It just isn't. I might be like, oh yeah, the images look great. That's fantastic. Although doubtful on a shaky cam. But it's about our audience. By the way, if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, click the like button. It's absolutely free to support the channel on that way. You can also send in a super chat. We also have a Patreon. It's up there in the top right-hand corner, patreon.com/Fandom Empire. But again, if you can't support us on a financial level, it takes 2 seconds to click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and click the thumbs up. Okay, well, maybe that's about 5 seconds, but cut me some slack. It's not about me. It's about spoiling it for our audience, because we know that there are people that watch us and there are people that watch other content creators that don't want spoilers. And when you take away that option for them, it's not right. And do you know how many people, hundreds of people, if not thousands of people, had that option taken away with them with the trailer? Mm-hmm. Now, did they go and watch it in, I think it was only 1080 it came out in. But yeah, of course. But they want their first experience to be that. They don't want their first experience to be dog shit. So let's go into the chat, see what everybody is saying. Is this 13 times all in one day? No, it's 13 times in 2 days. 13 times in 2 days, sir. Frank said earlier, it's not the recording that's only bad, it's the temptation of watching. I'm jealous they get to see it before us. Yeah, I get that.
So I say, like, what do I gotta do to get a stream of this?
Send your wife to Italy. That's not happening. Jade to Venice. Anthony says, I'm not going on my phone after September 9th.
I'm not that committed.
Just wondering how
It's hard
much
to do.
the studio is going to make doing that. Ticket prices have to be sky high. I would love to be able to sit here and tell you what kind of cut the studio gets from an event like this. I imagine it's somewhere between nothing and not much, because the whole point of events like this is to have the movie critically praised. You hope, and that good word of mouth spreads. And that is the positive side of this. For the everyday moviegoer who isn't on Halloween groups and isn't on Twitter, could hear amazing shit about this movie. And that could help. But it can also hurt with the leaks. Should probably stay away from Wikipedia. Well, Wikipedia is as trustworthy as a $3 bill. So our boy Toronto Freddy's in the chat. I bet that Terrence, fuck, I didn't even see it was him. I bet Halloween fans Facebook group will leak it. No doubt. No doubt. I'm sure you'll be able to go there for the leaks. Anyways. Oh yeah, smash that like button. 80 people in here. Click the like button.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Tommy B, we're going to get you out of here, man. Mike and I are going to talk sequels. If people want to change the chat back to Halloween or anything else, they'll have to send in a super chat. Again, man, I wish it was under... I mean, for some people, this might be great news, right? Some people might be dying at the chance to see leaks from this movie. For me, it's not. It's just kind of shit. Sorry to have you on for news like this. Part of me wonders if we should be even surprised anymore at this point. But where can everybody find you at, dude?
Instagram and Twitter at TommyB1650.
All right, and we will catch Tommy B next Tuesday night. Fandom Empire. Oh, sorry, Tommy. Oh, Tommy's gone. I don't know if Tommy will be there at Lampkin Lane on Sunday. Have to see what Tommy's up to. But yeah. Again, to recap the news. Halloween Kills. It's not just one screening in Venice for a world premiere. It's 13, and 5 of them are to the public, meaning here come the leaks. But to the people that are over there that get to see it early, kudos to them. You know, it's not like I wish I were them sort of thing. I mean, of course, but it's more of the idiots that are going to make this bad for people that don't want to be spoiled. Again, Halloween Kills will play 13 times over in Venice, Italy. 5 publicly.
That's ridiculous.
8 to the pass holders. So anyways, dude, welcome back. Yes. I did not think that's what we were going to talk about today. But here we are talking movie sequels. I'm excited for this. I have a feeling I know what a couple of yours might be.
Probably.
But I'm gonna put you in the driver's seat. It's been a while since you've been here. And why don't you lead us off with one of your movie sequels, and we'll talk a bit about it.
Yes, go ahead.
Mike and I have no idea what we're going to say for movie sequels. We have no notes on this. Completely natural.
Yeah. So just going off the top, I had to start off with one of my favorite sequels of all time, which is the sequel to my favorite movie of all time, and that's Back to the Future. So Back to the Future 2, I thought that was a very well done sequel. One of my favorite movies of all time, up there with the first one, of course. I enjoyed 3. It was okay. Like, it's not like it was trash. I just didn't really enjoy the whole Western part, but as far as Back to the Future 2, the way that they synced it in with the first movie, the way that it played off and it picked up from the way the first movie ended, I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. Steven Spielberg did a great job with that film. And it's something just like the first one. It's a movie that holds up over time, and that I really love watching those 2 movies back to back if I had the time to. But because like I said, they're just so in sync to each other. Like if it played all the way through and you didn't play any credits from the first one or the second one, and you just let it play on through as far as what was actually on screen for filming, it would be one long movie and you wouldn't think twice about it. So that's really what comes to mind first for me is Back to the Future 2.
So wow, we might get into it right off the bat. I love the first Back to the Future movie.
No.
It's it's up there. I put it in like my top 100 films of all time for sure. For some people, it's way higher. The artwork's fantastic, by the way, over Mike's right shoulder. It's great. By the way, where's that damn Kills poster, man? Get on that.
I know. I'm just struggling on which one to replace. Like, which one am I going to take down?
Oh, I mean,
it's just tough. I mean, I'll probably take down the original, or not take it down. Maybe move the original, and just for streaming purposes, and for the time being, have the Kills up in the spot that it's in now.
Some of your side signs maybe to either underneath or above it, and maybe have 4 or 5 posters back there.
Yeah, I could do that too. That's a good idea.
Just an idea. Anyway, Back to the Future, the first movie, I love.
Yeah.
The first time I saw the second movie, I kind of couldn't believe what I was watching.
Really?
I was just like, oh, well,
wow.
This is different. And I was taken back a little bit. It was jarring. And then I saw the third movie and instantly liked the second movie more.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the third movie at all. I was always a fan of the idea of them. This is way back in the day now, but going back and doing a fourth movie to maybe have like a better finale to it all.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not likely to happen at this point.
Yeah.
But the second movie has grown on me over time, so I am a fan of the second movie. They had the Cubs prediction right in that movie, right? I believe.
Yes, the Cubs, and then they like went crazy with the Jaws sequel, like Jaws 39 or something like that. Which obviously it's not true, but
yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, I'm a fan of Back to the Future 2. I wasn't to begin with, and I still have not come around on 3. I'm just gonna make it on 3.
Yeah, I agree with you on 3. Honestly, I don't think I've ever gone out of my way to outside of 1 or 2 times to watch 3 on my own. Unless it's like on TV, it's just not a movie that I'm like, I'm going to take the time to sit down and watch that. So,
for me, this is more modern. I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have when it first came out. But the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie, Dead Man's Chest, when I go back and look at that series as a whole, like, it is so much better than the third, fourth, and fifth movies. It's not even close.
So I feel like there's going to be a lot of your movies that I haven't seen.
Oh, really? You haven't seen that one, eh?
I have not. So I feel yeah, I have. So I feel like there's a lot of sequels that are going to be on your list that I have not seen. So it's interesting to see the way that this plays out. But no, I enjoyed the first film a lot. I don't know why I never went back and watched the rest of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I don't know if it was, I enjoyed the first one a lot. Like I said, I don't know exactly what the reasoning is. I did that with a few franchises. Like I did that with the Harry Potter franchise. Like I've seen the first one like a million times because I always go into watching that franchise like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and watch it all through, and I just never make it through. So I finally have made it through all the Harry Potter. So nobody in the chat like freak out. But yeah, same thing with the Pirates of the Caribbean. I just haven't gone back to watch any of the sequels.
Hot take. I think Pirates of the Caribbean is much better than Harry Potter. Although I held off forever on Harry Potter and was pleasantly surprised on how much I was into it. I enjoyed it. Good watch.
Yeah, and not to get too much off topic as far as the Pirates of the Caribbean, but I didn't think the Harry Potter films would interest me that much, and it's very rare that you have that many installments in a franchise and the movies can still hold up good quality and be pretty good that late, like a 7th or 8th film, and they did a great job with all of them. I don't think there was a movie that I sat back and was like, that movie was complete trash. I at least thought all of them were at least solid or better.
Yeah, I think the part that I liked about Pirates 2 is fucking Frank, is just it was unexpected. part of it felt like the first movie, but they really go in a whole different direction, and it's compelling. And the triple threat sword fight in it is cool. You don't see a lot of those in movies. You see a 2-on-1s and 1-on-1s and 2-on-2s, but you don't see a lot of sword fights that are like every man for themselves, which makes the take on it unique. The soundtrack is just the score is fantastic. The cliffhanger ending, I remember everybody in the movie theater opening that was just like, what the fuck? And then I won't tell you what, but then one of my buddies is like, oh, that was the boots earlier in the movie. I'm like, what boots? And I had to go back and watch the movie again to see, and they do in fact show it. But I dug Pirates 2. What's next on your sequel list?
Let's see. I'll go with an obvious for me. It's number 2 in the franchise as far as movie wise. It's my favorite. It's Halloween 2. Maybe for some of the same reasons that I enjoyed the Back to the Future 2. It literally picks up right where the first film left off. I thought that Halloween 2 was such a great film. I don't know if it had to do solely just because of where it left off, but ever since I've seen that second one, it's just number, like I said, it's number 2 in the franchise for me. And it still holds up to this day, in my opinion. I thought that, you see Laurie in the second one, but not like too much, which I know makes you happy, Sean. But no, Halloween 2, I thought that Dick Warlock did a solid job. Obviously, the mask looked a little different, even though it was the exact same mask used in the first film, or one of the same masks that was used in the first film. But no, I thought that Halloween 2 was a great film, and it still holds up today. And honestly, Halloween 2 is more of my go-to than the first one, but I don't rank it as number 1. For me, it's just for some reason I just always find myself going back to that second film, and I don't know exactly. I've never been able to put a pinpoint on why that is, because like I said, if I break down my rankings, I put the original first, but I do find myself watching that second one more.
I find the rewatch value for number 2 is very high, and I think one of the reasons it's so high is you spend a lot of time with characters that you really know nothing about in the hospital. And it's like, okay, so it doesn't really stick with you, so that when you're seeing it again, it's like, oh, wait, did I see this last time, sort of thing? So the rewatch value is there. Laurie's not in it as much. I think Nick Castle is far superior to Dick Warlock. I actually like Dick Warlock better in Halloween 3 than Halloween 2.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good movie, and it has great rewatch value. Presents is great in it, of course.
It's just for a film that didn't want to be written, for a film that was kind of just thrown together in a sense out of, basically being told to write it. I thought it was a pretty damn good film. I wish I could throw together a film that was that good just because I had to. So I thought that for what it was, I thought it was great. And like you said, I think the rewatch value is still up there. It is Frank, for me, for sure.
Hot tub.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Frank.
Wonder if Carpenter will direct again a Halloween movie. Not likely. And to be honest, that's probably for the best. Yeah. Let him be an advisor and a producer and do the score, and that's good. Let's not forget John Carpenter's last two Halloween movies he wanted to do. One was going to shoot Michael up into space, and the other was against Pinhead. So, maybe we can just move on from John and thank him for this wonderful thing he provided us with.
Yeah, I mean, he's still contributing to the new Halloween films in a great way, so that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I just killed the channel. I bashed John Carpenter with a backhanded compliment. Good night, everybody.
I mean, you're not lying, though. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what he's doing now. Like I said, he's contributing in a very positive way. I mean, I've heard the soundtrack for Kills, and it's fucking awesome. 18 was great as well. So he's still doing his thing with the Halloween franchise. There's nothing wrong at all with that.
Put this background up just for Terrence. See what he says in the chat. Anyway, I'm going to stick with Halloween, and I'm going to go with Halloween 4. Halloween 4, it's my favorite Halloween movie of all time. I think the pacing in the movie is fantastic. I think the exposition scene at the beginning is proof that you can have time jumps in franchises and explain the time jump thoroughly and quickly and have it make sense. So the idea that you can't do that, which a lot of Star Wars fans say, is mind-boggling, because in 1988, Halloween 4 knocked it out of the ballpark. The score is amazing. Fucking who doesn't love Meeker? I know a lot of people love Brackett, but like, give me Bo Star any day of the week. I loved Meeker in those movies.
I agree. I think he's the better one anyways, better sheriff anyways. So I'm with you on that.
Meeker's daughter too, you know. Just saying. Now I'm sleeping on the couch tonight, but
100%.
Yeah, just wait for the comment in the chat.
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Parents, that's it. I'm out. Piece of shit.
Nah, man, I loved 4. 4 is actually number 3 on my list if I'm ranking the Halloween franchise. I know a lot of people put 2018 at 3 or in their top 3. 18 comes in at 4 for me, because obviously the original, and I just explained my love for 2, and then my love for 4, man. I thought 4 was amazing. I think that 4 maybe would have been a little higher if the mask was better. I know that might sound stupid, but I mean, I just thought 4 was very well done. I thought that what makes 4, one of the reasons that 4 is so great and what makes 5 trash is the way that they handled what's her name? Help me out, Sean. Got a brain fart.
Danielle Harris.
Not Danielle Harris.
Ellie Cornell.
Yeah, Ellie Cornell. The way that they handled her character, I thought that it was a great way to come off of, we were attached to Jamie Lee Curtis those first 2 films, and you're bringing Michael Myers back in Halloween 4. Ellie Cornell was a great character to get attached to again. We got attached to her and obviously Danielle Harris in 4, and the way that they handled her character in 5, killing her. I didn't mind her getting killed in 5, but the way that they did it and how early they did it, and making Tina the whatever in that movie, I just thought was done poorly. So 4 was great for me. I love 4. It's one of my go-tos as well. Those top 3 movies are, Halloween movies is what I watch all the time. So, yeah, man, I love 4.
I will, apologies, I'm fucking around with the background here. I will never understand who sits there and goes, you know what? I think shoving scissors down Rachel's throat is a good idea to have that character go. Obviously, that didn't happen. Ellie stood up for herself a bit. But you know what else I don't get is, yeah, you know what? Let's go with this fucking Tina woman instead of going with Rachel Moore, who we all grew to love in H4. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. We have a super chat in by Don Harrison. So do you think that this is going to have an IMAX release? We heard that when they officially postponed it. Well, I appreciate the super chat and you supporting the channel on that level. It's appreciated. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there will be no official wide release of this film in IMAX, which is unfortunate. Does that mean you're not going to be able to see the film in IMAX? No. You might be able to find it playing in an IMAX theater somewhere. At a very unfavorable screen time, but you got Bond the week before and June the week after, and those films get priority. And just remember, Halloween Kills was listed on the IMAX website. It is no longer listed on the IMAX website. IMAX was on I think they did the tease last October. IMAX was on it, and after their little teaser, and now it is not. So no, you will not get a full IMAX release of this film. You might be lucky enough to see one in IMAX, and yeah, I know. I want to see it too, man. I'm a huge IMAX fan. I don't think there's for me, seeing a film in IMAX is the number one way you can experience a brand new movie. And the idea that I might not get to do that now sucks, because I think if there was a Halloween movie that should be in IMAX, from the sounds of it anyway, it's this one. So apologies for the bummer answer on a $10 super chat, but we definitely appreciate the support to the channel. And then Chris Baber adds in to the channel. It's appreciated, dude. Hopefully all is well with you, my man. Anyways, yeah, H4, dude. I love H4. And I know The Mask gets a bad rap. By the way, Chris in our chat, who's a part of the Fandom Addicts tier, has an absolutely killer H4 mask.
Oh, I got to see that.
It is so good. It was done so well. Dare I say it even looks better than how we see it in the movie at times. So it's badass. What do you got for your next movie, dude?
I'll stay on the horror train. I'll go with Doctor Sleep.
Fuck,
You
you just stole one of mine.
I know. I knew that was gonna happen. I just know that I know that how much you praise. I know you said that's one of the best horror sequels of all time in your opinion, and I agree with you. Look, there's no secret for my love for The Shining. I was listening to Fandom Empire Live the other night. And when y'all were talking about The Shining, and I 100% agree with you, Sean. The Shining is still a movie that if I sit in a dark room, I just get goosebumps. I'm not sure exactly what it is or why, but it's the film that I get goosebumps from. Go ahead.
I love The Shining. It's probably my favorite horror movie of all time. Obviously, it's a different type of horror. I was skeptical about Dr. Sleep. I love Ewan McGregor as an actor. I think he's amazing, but I was like, oh man, him as Danny. I don't know. I don't know if that works. And shockingly, the story didn't unfold the way I thought it would. I'm talking specifically the director's cut. I still have not seen the theatrical cut. The director's cut, I think it's like 3 hours and 2 minutes or 3 hours and 4 minutes long. It's a long movie.
It's very good. Director's cut is better for sure. But if I'm being honest with you, I first saw the theatrical cut perfectly fine. So I can't imagine, for people who haven't made that plunge for the director's cut, I definitely advise that to do that as well. Because if you think the theatrical cut was great, which I did, you'll just be blown away and have so much more appreciation for the director's cut. And I was like you, Sean, I was very skeptical of this movie. It's a movie that kind of crept up on me, and a movie that I was scared about, along with, there's I just get nervous when they remake these films like it. Obviously they didn't remake The Shining, but this was a sequel to The Shining. So it was big. I had never read the book, to be honest with you. So Dr. Sleep does a very great job of explaining in very good detail and in deeper detail exactly what The Shining is and what that means. And I just think that's so damn important. And they did it in a way that didn't bore you and in a way that made you understand at the same time. It's because I know a lot of directors and a lot of writers, it's hard to do that. It's hard to explain in detail what something is without boring the audience at times. And the writers did not do this in this film. It's just a very well put together film and one of my favorite films really of all time. And it is definitely one of my favorite films that have came out in the past 10 years.
I think filmmakers specifically get into trouble when they start explaining stuff too much. Dr. Sleep found a way to do that without getting in trouble, in my opinion. And I thought that was great. A lot of people assume that, Dr. Sleep, it's going to be a sequel to the novel. And these guys took this weird, these guys meaning Mike Flanagan, took this interesting, unique approach to it, that it wasn't just a sequel to the novel, which is quite a bit different than the movie when we're talking The Shining. But it was a sequel to both. They found a way to have it be a sequel to the movie and the novel, which I found to be creative and like, I could do a whole stream on Dr. Sleep, the director's cut. It's just so good. I strongly recommend it to everybody out there. It's a slow burn, but so is The Shining. You got to give it a chance. The one thing the director's cut does is it has a lot of the overlook into it. You go back in time and see events from that first movie that you didn't see, like that take place during that first movie, but you also get it in the current timeline as well. And I think you get both of those in the theatrical cut. There's just more of it in the director's cut. And I love that they basically rebuilt the overlook to film it on. And something that takes me out of movies a lot is when people get recast. And obviously, for practical reasons, they couldn't just bring back the cast from the first movie.
Yeah.
And not once did it take me out of the movie, and I was most worried about that.
Not at all. Like I said, they They did a very good job in all aspects of this movie. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better sequel to one of the greatest horror movies of all time.
I've only seen this movie twice, so for whatever reason, that's not ringing a bell. I don't know why.
I'm not sure either. I've seen it more than twice. I'm not. Man.
Maybe he's fucking around. I don't know. Brad says he enjoys all the Back to the Future movies. Nothing wrong with that, dude. To each his or her own.
Ain't gonna be mad at you for that.
Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. My next sequel is present over my right shoulder. I think it's the greatest movie of all time. It's the Empire Strikes Back. It's like, oh no, he's talking Star Wars, run! We won't stay on it long.
I'll step out.
I think the best thing George Lucas did was bring in Irvin Kershner to do his thing, and and Lawrence Kasdan too, another big player in that. And Empire, everything that Star Wars was now Star Wars: A New Hope. Empire did it, on a bigger and better scale. The storytelling was incredible. If the first Star Wars movie, which is actually the fourth Star Wars movie, didn't put Harrison Ford on the map, then fucking Empire Strikes Back most certainly did. And it was just incredible. I loved Empire. I think Empire is the one Star Wars movie where you don't even have to be a fan of Star Wars and you could enjoy that movie. Mike, your thoughts on Empire?
I can't comment. Never seen it.
What?
I thought I told you I wasn't a Star Wars guy.
Oh man, now I feel like I need to sit you down and watch Empire. You don't even
know
the other movies.
Okay. I didn't know that. So yeah, I haven't seen any of the Star Wars movies. I know people in the chat might kill me for it. But yeah, I just remember you obviously grilling the hell out of me when I first came on, rightfully so. That's what everybody should do, bringing on somebody new. But yeah, man, I know that was one of the questions. Yeah, I've never seen any of the Star Wars movies at all. Oh man.
We got a super chat in from Don Harrison again. Just wanted to know your guys' thoughts on Jason Rising. If you've all seen it, I thought it was pretty freaking good. I feel like we're letting Don down now because he's sent in $20 in super chats. I have not seen Jason Rising. It's not because I'm not interested. I'm extremely interested in it, but I want to be able to do it when I can focus on the film, which is hard to do when you don't have a whole lot of free time. So I'm going to see it. Don't know when. Soon is probably the word. Maybe late tomorrow night.
What is that? Honestly, I don't know.
It's a Friday the 13th fan film that just came out that's just getting like rave reviews, man.
Don, I'll be watching it, and I'll be watching it as soon as the stream ends. So
I can tell you this, Don. The people that I know that have a high regard for how you film movies have nothing but incredible things to say about it. Like, I've heard people legitimately say it's better than some of the Friday the 13th movies.
Wow.
Although that might not be a high bar.
I was about to say that's not that hard to do.
Compared, or depending on how you're looking at them, right? So, yeah, no. I can't wait to see it, though. I can't. It sounds amazing. Sorry, I was trying to catch up on the chat. Your turn, Mike. What do you got? Mr.
Might take another one of yours, Sean. I'm going with the Dark Knight. Yes, I knew that was on your list too, but can't be shocked. I mean, the ones that I took from you are great movies. And I know. Look, as far as the Dark Knight, there's not much that I can say about it that I haven't said on this stream already. I mean, it's my favorite film, or not my favorite film, one of my favorite films of all time. It's in my top 5 favorite films of all time. The way that this film is conducted, the entire Dark Knight trilogy is just phenomenal. But when it comes to the Dark Knight, I mean, I'm sitting here trying to think outside of Halloween and Back to the Future. I would say Dark Knight is the movie that I've seen the most times. I mean, its rewatch value is out of this world. I mean, you could rewatch that a million times, no question about it. They're just done so well, done so great. Chris Nelson, help me out, Sean. Director
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan, yeah. Great job. I actually was on YouTube not too long ago watching the making of it. It's just phenomenal what they went through and how they filmed this movie and his vision for this movie. Absolutely. And it's just it's ridiculous. And that's all that I can say because it is breathtaking. It's one of those movies that I think we talked about before, and I was on the stream where I remember where I was at when I saw it, how many times I went and saw it, and I just walked out of the theater just saying that I want to go back in right now and rewatch that long ass movie. That's how good it was.
Our boy Dean Renner in the chat gifted this to me. It's the Dark Knight trilogy on Blu-ray. Seemed to be sold out everywhere up here. And then, of course, weeks later, I finally have something to play 4Ks on. And now I'm like, well, now I need the version. So, but no, it's badass. It came with these cool character posters that are in it as well. And it's nice. The Dark Knight for me is the second best movie ever made. So Heath Ledger was wonderful. I think Christian Bale is great in it. Michael Caine.
For sure.
Yep. Christopher Nolan found a way to deliver us a superhero movie that would take place in our world that could be believable. And I think that's crucial because say what you want about the MCU and its success, or even the DC now where it is, there's not a whole lot of realism in it. And yet in Nolan's trilogy, he finds a way to provide realism. I think there's stuff in Begins and Rises where you could be like, well, maybe some of that's not real. But when you look at the Dark Knight, it's dark, it's gritty, it's grounded, and it was so much better for it. Although I'm a huge I'll do this one then. The Dark Knight Rises.
Nice. Love it. Where's Johnny at? Johnny, get your punk ass in here right now. Where's he at? I love the Dark Knight Rises. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, I think the Dark Knight is better, but the Dark Knight Rises is absolutely phenomenal. Have nothing bad to say about it. Sean, you brought it up. I'll let you take it away.
I fucking love The Dark Knight Rises. To me, it's the second best movie in this trilogy. Batman Begins is good, but I think The Dark Knight Rises just tells such a incredible story.
It does.
It's a Bruce Wayne story more than a Batman story, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just incredible. It's a different pace, so some people don't like it. And some people don't like the take on Bane. Johnny, if you're watching. But you know what? If you were going to make, if you had to ground Bane to fit in with this trilogy, I thought they did an okay job at doing that.
So did I. I like Bane. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not big into reading other people's comments or whatever, but I loved it.
Yeah, no, I cannot get over Bane's voice.
Yeah,
I dig it.
So do I.
I dig the line where he's like, and we give it back to you, the people.
Yeah.
So I love that movie. I love that Batman gets his ass kicked.
Yes, I know. Exactly. Like, there's nothing wrong with Batman getting his ass kicked either.
Batman jobbed to Bane. He totally jobbed to Bane. Bane destroyed him. And I mean, the beginning of the movie lets you know that, hey, this isn't old Batman. This is Batman past his prime, with a ton of, medical issues. Bruce Wayne, that is. He's all torn up. The couple of years he was Batman for obviously left he's human, right? That's the thing with Batman, is he can have as many gadgets as he wants, but in a grounded trilogy, that guy is going to get, worn and torn. And they showed that, and they did a good job of showing that. And I also loved, oh man, this is going to make some people not like me. Oh, who played Catwoman? Selena Kyle. What the hell was her name in that?
What movie?
Well, The Dark Knight Rises.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. Okay, so I dig Anne Hathaway's performance as Selena Kyle more than Michelle Pfeiffer. Like, I don't even think it's close. I thought Anne Hathaway was much more believable and way better. But Michelle Pfeiffer works for that movie, Batman Returns, of course.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, no, I absolutely dug it. I I could rant and rave about those two movies forever, man. It was not Kate Hudson. Oh, this fucking guy. What's next for you, man? If you're good at something, never do it for free. What a line. That whole
True.
opening night, and this was 4 days before my oldest son was born. That Joker sequence, the theater was just insane. People were soaking it up. It was incredible. For all the naysayers out there that didn't think Heath Ledger could do it, you were wrong.
Yep, I was wrong. I didn't think that he couldn't do it. I just skeptical was the word to use.
I'm gonna highlight Frank's comment in a second here. Don asks, would you guys have liked to see Levitt becoming Nightwing or Robin? Nightwing would have been cool. I kind of felt like they were hinting at him becoming Batman, though, and not Nightwing or Robin. And that's why the bat symbol was repaired at the end of Dark Knight Rises. By the way, we didn't even name drop fucking him. What would this trilogy be without Gary Oldman? Holy I know I have a man crush on Oldman with these movies, but he's so fucking good. I mean, but when is Gary Oldman not good? Like, can you name a bad Gary Oldman performance? Friends, maybe?
You're right, though. I mean, that's true. I can't sit here and argue that. So,
I think it was Batman they were hinting at, though, dude. And let's not forget that when they first started talking about doing Batman versus Superman, the beginning of their Justice League bit, the role was offered for Christian Bale. They wanted to take that grounded universe and bring it into this. And Bale was offered $50 million to do it. And I believe they had already, I think the story goes, they already had Michael Caine on board. They already had Morgan Freeman on board. And Bale wanted nothing to do with coming back. And I don't blame him, because that's, when you do something as good as that trilogy, it's like, that trilogy probably can stand the test of time. So let's not ruin it. Although I'm sure if they announce tomorrow there's going to be a part 4 and Nolan's back and Bale's back, it would easily sink the MCU and DC where it is right now. It would be the go-to thing, in my opinion. Frank said Dark Knight Rises is proof that sleeping with a woman can get you killed. Oh, man. Mike, what's next for you, man? We'll go for about 15 more minutes. We'll go to 9:30.
I'll go one more as far as movie wise, and then maybe we can do some Q&As. I'm gonna go animation, and this might throw some people off a little bit. But my favorite animated movie of all time is Toy Story. So I'm gonna go Toy Story 2. I really loved Toy Story 2. I thought they followed the first film up really great. I mean, Tim Allen obviously was great in it. Everybody involved in this film was great. I thought the storyline was great. Getting them outside of Andy's house, obviously, again, was great. Having the whole crew outside of Andy's house was great. I don't know. This is just a film that I loved as a kid. And obviously the first one is superior in my opinion, but I thought they did a great job with the second film. So yeah, man, Toy Story 2 is on my list. I'm not the biggest fan of 3 or 4, although I was looking at a list today, man, of best sequels of all time, just kind of getting some ideas of what people think. And I clicked on, of course, I think it was like fucking Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. And Toy Story 3 was in the top 10 of best sequels of all time, which I found shocking. I'm not the biggest fan of 3. But I love 2 and I love the first one. I can watch the third one, and then the fourth one, I thought they did pretty good with the fourth one. So, not a bad franchise overall. Like I said, I love the very first 2 films, but that second film, as far as the sequel, I just had to throw in there. And shout out to the first film with the shining carpet in it. I thought that was funny. I thought that was great. I was like, okay, I love this.
Where's that pop up?
When they're in Sid's house, when Buzz,
That's
when
fitting. That's fitting. How
I
come
kn-
I never noticed that?
it's crazy. I have to send you the picture, but I thought that was awesome.
Please do. That's awesome. I got to be honest. I didn't care for Toy Story 2 at all. To the point, remind you, I could like it better now, but I seen it once just after it came out, and that was like kind of it for me. And while I thought Toy Story 3 was okay, there was something about it that just felt fan fiction-y. And then Toy Story 4, I don't really understand a lot of the decisions they've made, and I feel like where some other franchises go like this with sequels, some of them go like this. I feel like Toy Story has only gone down. Although the first movie is just incredible. It's such an accomplishment by Pixar.
Absolutely.
By the way, Pixar, some people don't know this. Pixar was originally created by George Lucas and Company over at Lucasfilm, and then later sold to Disney. So
I just sent that over to you, Sean. Facebook.
I'm gonna put it up on the screen here. Oh, that's fucking awesome. How did I never see that?
Thought that was super cool.
That is badass. I love that.
I was like, it's okay. It took me to like a year or two ago until I first noticed it too. So don't feel bad. It took me a minute.
Wait, did Don get timed out? What's going on in the chat here?
I don't know. I saw a bunch of deleted comments too. I don't know what he said.
Yeah, you need to be more careful with that, Jade. What are you doing? Like, Frank, I don't know if can you untime out someone for 300 seconds? Don, if you're still listening, what's 300 seconds? Someone do math for me. 5 minutes or so. You should come back in. Obviously, it was a slip of the finger, man. Apologies. Yeah, I don't know. Toy Story is just not really up there on my list. My last one is Friday the 13th Part 2. That and the remake are probably my favorite Friday movies. I liked Sackhead Jason. But yeah, no, I thought Friday was great. Has my favorite kill in the franchise where I still can't remember the character's name, but he sticks the machete through a wheelchair guy's head, and then he pushes him down the stairs. Like, I think the machete killed the guy, man. You don't need to throw him down.
I was about to say, yeah, that's true. That is true. I think he's done.
Just throws him out of the way. Oh, Jade's blaming Jensen. Way to go, Jensen. How dare you? Dawn, if you're listening, apologies, man. Big time apologies. I don't know if I have Dawn on Facebook or not, but there's nothing worse than accidentally timing out someone who has just supported the channel in multiple ways. So let's make sure that never happens again, please. I don't think I can untime him out either, but we got to be approaching 300 seconds. Yeah, no, I see nothing. Hopefully, does anybody know if they can still hear the stream if they get timed out? Can you hear a stream?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Or does it just block them from commenting? So, anyways, yeah, Friday Part 2 for me, man. What do you think of Friday Part 2? We're gonna do Q&A after Mike's 2 cents here, so feel free to send them in the chat.
I thought it was. Sorry about that. I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people don't. But I mean, you hold it up against any of the other Friday sequels. I mean, it's not even. I mean, come on, it's one. I enjoyed it better than the first one. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. I wasn't a big fan of the original Friday the 13th. It's okay, but I mean, the rewatch value for it is terrible in my opinion. I don't go back and watch the original. I don't have any desire to, but that second film, Baghead Jason, badass. The hockey mask is obviously iconic, so I don't mind them switching. But the Baghead Jason, fucking awesome. Love it. Can't get enough of it.
Baghead Jason is great. Absolutely. Yes, Frank Riker accidentally did it to me. You can still watch. Okay, so at least Don knows that we're not complete dicks. So, We appreciate it when people tune in and click the like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification. It just got really dark in here. Hit the notification bell. And then obviously when you guys super chat, it goes a long way to supporting what we do here at the channel. Dean Renner says RoboCop 2 for $2. I haven't seen that movie in at least 20 years.
Me neither, man. I'm not gonna lie. I remember watching both of them as a kid. I thought it was awesome. Matter of fact, that might be on my list here to watch soon. I want to see how it holds up. Honestly, I have, like you, Sean, I haven't seen that one or the first one in such a long time, at least over 15 years. So back to when I was a little kid. So I wonder how they hold up, to be honest with you.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe somebody in the chat can help. Frank's a friggin' movie whiz. Is Colonel Cochran from Halloween 3 not in RoboCop? I'm pretty sure he's in. I don't know if he's in the first movie, but I'm 99% sure Cochran himself is in one of the RoboCop movies. Someone help me out in the chat. Tell me I'm not just imagining this. No one has mentioned Terminator 2. I'll be honest, as much as I like T2, I like the original better. I think the original plays off like a horror movie a lot, to be honest, where the second one feels a little more sci-fi and out there, and to me it's not as scary. And but I still like the second movie. Obviously it holds a special place in time, and James Cameron did wonderful things with it. But that first Terminator movie, man, where Arnold is the villain, I really dig that.
I agree. I have to go with 1 as well. I know a lot of people do go with 2, but man, that first one, for every reason that you said, Sean, I'm with you on that.
Frank asks, or pardon me, Frank says 1 and 2. Good to know. Good to know. Chris says Friday the 13th Part 2 was really good. What do you think of Nightmare Street 2? Or Nightmare on Elm Street 2? If you take just the first 3 movies, you okay there, Mike? You look like you're pissed.
Okay. Go ahead.
What do you think of Nightmare on Elm Street 2? I think it's the worst of the first 3 movies by a long shot.
By a long shot.
By
I think it's absolutely dog shit. Like, honestly, like, that shit is terrible. I would rather, speaking of dog shit, I would rather pick up dog shit for 2 hours than watch that movie.
What one ends with the school bus? Is that Part 2?
So what?
What one ends with the school bus? Is that Part 2? I haven't seen the Nightmare movies in forever.
No, I think the school bus, correct me if I'm wrong for the people in the chat, I thought the school bus was what they get on the school bus in the first one, drive away, and the mom is at the door waving Nancy by, and Freddie pulls her through the door. I might be wrong. It might be 2. I don't know. I get those mixed up.
Part 2.
It's 2. Yeah, people are saying Part 2.
I'm talking about where the school bus basically goes over the cliff, sort of thing.
Okay.
I know what part you're talking about. So
yeah, okay, I get what you're saying now.
But yeah, Lethal Weapon 2. Believe it or not, I actually like the 4th Lethal Weapon movie the best. That's
I don't mind
9 for some people, but
another good franchise. I don't mind watching any of the Lethal Weapons. I thought they were all pretty good.
Richard Donner just passed away not too long ago too, so R.I.P.
Yeah, I know.
That's too bad, and we know that he was trying to get a 5th one off the ground for quite a long time, and it just, never happened for him, which is unfortunate. What else do we have here in the chat? We'll go for 5 more minutes. I notice our program's lagging on us a little bit, so
yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on.
StreamYard convertible. Yeah, but no, not to bash your Nightmare movie, man. I just thought the second movie did not hold up to 1 and 3 at all. Like,
yeah, I agree, and me and Sean, I'm sure Sean feels the same way, and I know he does. He says it on every stream. Everybody has their own opinions and their own likes, and you know what they think of it. And just because we don't like to, and you love to or like to, doesn't mean that should change your opinion on it or anything like that. Or it's just we weren't fans of it. So try not to get too upset about it. I know that's hard to do because when somebody bashes, bashes Back to the Future or something, I flip shit too. So I get it. Trust me.
Richard says not a horror movie, but Austin Powers series was amazing. Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't like Goldmember. I thought it just got too stupid in the third movie. I'd have to be really baked to do that. Let's work on that right now, by the way. But those first two movies are great. I love them. Mike Myers. Oh, something else. Nightmare 2. Freddy's a badass. Oh man. I mean, I guess Freddy still is a badass, but the movie itself is just, again, subjective, but it just doesn't hold a candlestick to the other two in those initial three movies. The Devil's Rejects is an amazing sequel. I've never seen it. Never seen it. What about you, Mike?
Which one? I'm sorry.
The Devil's Rejects.
No, I have not. To be honest with you, I've not seen that. See, Nightmare 2, Freddy is badass. 1, 2, 4.
Sorry, my chat is lagging here. Any fans of the Man from Snowy River films? I can't say I've heard of that. I definitely haven't heard of that at this point. What about you, Mike?
I have never heard of that. I was trying to look that up on my phone. Actually, I've never heard of that.
Psycho 2, says Frank Riker. I'm trying to think of what else, there's a bunch of good sequels and there's a bunch of really bad ones.
You prefer, I know you're not a big person on the as far as, and I know Frank's not either as far as Scream, but you do prefer the second one over the first one, right?
Yeah, I think the second movie is by far the best in the series.
I like Dream Warriors better than the first Nightmare.
Me too.
Actually, yeah. I kind of go back and forth. It depends on what day. But see, like now I had to double think that. But if I had to pick, I would say I like Dream Warriors better than the first Nightmare. I thought that was a great sequel.
Yeah, me too. I'm definitely Team Dream Warriors. So Jason says Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Adam says Hatchet 2. Hatchet 2. I like the final Harry Potter movie the best. What is it? Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought that was a series that gets better the further it goes into it.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned that earlier in the chat, which is very rare to see that. So for them to do that, across 8 movies, because it does get better with every movie, and I agree with you. And I thought the first one was a good movie. It was a good, solid movie. And then moving forward, just to get better. I mean, you just, like I said, you rarely see that in a lot of franchises, but through 8 movies, they did a great job with that. And maybe, that's one of the reasons why the popularity is.
Jaws 2, I think, is underrated. I absolutely agree with that. I think Jaws 2 is actually quite good. Now, the 2 movies that follow that, no comment. Richard says, I love the part when he's carrying dead Harry, is like Harry's dead, then he comes back and fights him. That was amazing. Again, yeah, I was never a big Harry Potter guy. I've watched the ball in the last couple of years, and I do think that's one series that sort of defies what's normal. And what's normal is the more sequels that come out for movies, the more it gets watered down. It's just bound to happen 9 times out of 10. And yet Harry Potter found a way to keep, going up. Obviously, it's based off a novel series. I can't say how closely they follow those novels because I've never read them. But yeah, and then Dean Renner mentioned Sleepaway Camp. Sleepaway Camp's cool. I dig Sleepaway Camp. Here's a terrible sequel for you. Last chance for questions, guys. We're out of here in 2 minutes, so throw them up now. I don't know if you've ever seen American Graffiti. I fucking love it. Without that movie, there's no Star Wars. But holy crap, when George Lucas made American Graffiti 2, otherwise known as More American Graffiti, holy fuck, what a dreadfully terrible movie. How you went from American Graffiti to More American Graffiti is beyond me. Holy fuck, it's bad. It's put together bad. The story's bad, even though part of it's based off of real life events of George Lucas's friends. Just terrible. Frank says Darkman needs to be remade. How about a sequel to The Burning? Well, I haven't seen the original. Have you seen The Burning?
No, I have not. I was just about to say I haven't seen that. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but I haven't seen it.
Don says he's never seen American Graffiti 2. That's probably a good thing. Let's just pretend the story ends after the first movie. Man. Well, I think it's about that time, sir. This was a fun episode. We had the first half an hour to talk all the Halloween Kills stuff.
Yep.
Again, if you're just tuning in now after the fact, Halloween Kills. It's not just the world premiere over in Venice, Italy. They're going to show the movie 13 times and 5 to the public. If you don't want to be spoiled, maybe go on the internet less or mute shit come September 10th. Probably even September the 9th. Hell, maybe even the night of September the 8th. Who knows with people these days, but shit's going to leak. It has all through the process, and it's going to continue to do so. And it's unfortunate. But outside of the Halloween Kills talk, man, it was fun to just randomly name some sequels and talk about them. I know we talked about doing this as a list, but I think it kind of worked out better not being the list.
I agree. No, I thought the natural flow was great. And then with everybody obviously tuning in and commenting the sequels as well. I thought it was a great show, and it was good to be back, man. Good to be back behind the microphone and on live. So great show.
Yeah, man, it was fun. I had a good time. And once again, congratulations on your new gig at Collider, dude. I think that's badass.
Thank you, man.
That's awesome. And we'll have to see what we can put together for next week's show.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be good. That's for sure.
Don't forget, guys, you can check us out on Twitter at Fandom Empire Now, Instagram at Fandom Empire Now. Don't forget to click the like button, hit subscribe to keep up to date on all the content we have coming. We welcome Kieron back to the fold on Tuesday. Sunday night, if you're part of Patreon, Lampkin Lane, we're talking Halloween Ends. And we believe we know what Michael Myers is going to look like in Halloween Ends. We got some reports in for that. So we're going to save that for Patreon. Join today, patreon.com/Fandom Empire. Big thanks to our chat mods, Jade, who decided to lay the smackdown on Dawn, who contributed tonight, and then blame it on her kid. No, it probably was Jensen. Bloody hell, that kid's turning into a nightmare. They do that. And Matt Whitfield was in here earlier, and Tommy B had joined us earlier. So just big thanks to everybody. And yeah, stay cool. And if you're a wrestling fan, CM Punk, he's back tomorrow night. Good night.
Night.